Hey everybody, it's Ben and Karen.
Hey, everybody.
I was telling Karen the Americans did well today. They got 2.5 out of 3, which is some percentage I can't understand. And Aronian was the only draw, and he drew with black against Ding. Without too much difficulty, I don't think. Debugger2B subscribed. Thank you. Thanks for supporting this stream. We need all the support we can get. Go support. Buzzardbait subscribed at tier 1. Go Buzzardbait. We're close to a train. Hopefully it's not a noisy train. Is this Minecraft? That would be Holden or Archer. Maybe Archer plays more Minecraft than Holden now. And also Archer is better at math now. It's weird. It's hard to explain what's happening.
Yeah.
So the big guns are out today. We got Botez live streaming, Gotham Chess, Chess Bra, and me. We're the big guns. Thanks, Panic Pawns, 500 bits. I took up violin as an adult. Do you still play? I do not, but I played violin between the ages of 5 and 10. And then when I went to middle school, I stopped playing for some reason. I don't know. And my brother played violin also, and he stopped about the same time I did, and so forth.
Botez and Gotham are playing against each other?
That's weird because Botez Live says just chatting, and Gotham Chess says chess. But that's not too weird. The Tata Steel has even so good. Okay.
Well, she explained before why they put it on just chatting.
CL Smith XV subscribed.
Yay, C.L. Smith.
Yay. We're doing great, Sven. Thanks for asking.
Pretty well.
We're super. Thanks for asking.
Hey, Ridge Shoot.
I wonder if XQC's on Chess TV because he has 54,000 viewers.
Yeah. One of the, just a
It's Grungewort. I haven't seen
modern
Grungewort in
phenomena.
years. Wow.
Yeah.
Go Grungewort.
Hey, Grungewort, I guess you've been so busy. When you have children in the house, that's sucks up every bit of the time.
Thanks, Grungewort.
Or babies.
Yeah, Debugger. I'm old enough to remember when Magnus was good. Oh, snap.
No sleep, yeah.
It's called having a bad tournament. These things happen. Sometimes people have bad tournaments. There's several rounds to go. I believe there's 7 rounds to go. Yeah, so in the next 7 games, if he gets 6 points, he'll come in like second. That's pretty good. I even come in first. Damn.
Crazy woman. What did somebody say?
They said usually Karen is for crazy women, not you. That's what they said.
Oh.
But I think they got blocked somehow.
Aw. I think they...
Somebody built a site for the night move puzzle, which you avoid the queen and bounce everywhere. I did not notice. I noticed nothing. Well, tournament's not even half over. As far as I know, Magnus hasn't accused anybody of cheating.
The author left a reference to Ben's video.
Go Ben's video.
Well, that's good, Lapsa.
I mean, that's not my idea. I stole that from... I learned that in Hastings in 88, 89 from... I don't know, Jonathan Levitt. I don't know, somebody like that.
Thank you, Ridge Shoot. I did realize that was meant as a compliment.
Thanks, Squirrel Brain, for the subscription. Go Hype Train. Okay, so today I want to do what we did yesterday, except it's today. So I wanted to do puzzles and hand and brain and look at Tata Steel games. And then during the stream, Karen will get texted by the other Karen and change her mind and decide to go to karaoke.
No, I mean, she's going. She's going out with this woman that I don't know real well.
Mm-hmm.
They're going other places and then going over to Chaplin's. But I don't really like to go 2 nights in a row. Too tiring.
Yay, Grunge War gifted 5 subs.
Yay, Grunge Wart.
Hooray. Which Karen can sing better? My Karen. Go, Karen.
I don't know. I mean, but neither one of us are, professional level. We're karaoke level. So you have to understand that from the get-go. We're karaoke level singers. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we're probably similar.
Yay, we're level 4 of the hype train, but it's 0%. That's pretty good. One of the subs that Grunge War gifted was to Ovi.
Yeah.
Insinuating Ovi wasn't already a sub. Boo, boo. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, CL Smith, I tagged Karen in that
What?
on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I replied with a picture of me doing karaoke.
Yeah, so probably there is a World Series of karaoke.
And said I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think he was joking.
Enzian Hero, 200 bits. Thanks for the support. The more noises we hear, the more money you guys are donating.
Mm-hmm.
And so forth.
It sounds like they might organize a karaoke outing during the World Series of Poker. Oh, that there's a real karaoke championship. Yeah, well, I don't need to do that.
It's in Panama, November
But there's
2023.
There's gonna be an impromptu karaoke outing. I think. I guess it's not gonna be impromptu anymore. But some guy tweeted that all the poker players during World Series of Poker should go out and, do some karaokeing. So
Go Hype Train, 9%.
good picture. How about some audio?
Oh, a picture of you singing on Twitter, but no audio.
Oh, I thought you meant here. I'm like, well, what do you mean? I don't need to put my singing out there. It's not that great.
Go us.
And plus, the sound system's terrible at the place that I go to.
Never played Domino's. I've ordered from Domino's. Not sure which is more embarrassing. Thanks, Shark Sandwich 86. 86 is the year that I graduated high school.
Yay, shark sandwich.
Sounds like that might be the year you were born.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Nate Shadow. Well,
Man, all Casas had an interesting life. I wonder if he was in Skellefteå or Skellefteå. I can't name the city, but you know what I'm talking about. Even if I could say it, I would say it wrong because I'm not Swedish.
Mm-hmm.
Skara? I don't even know what that is. I used to write for the Danish chess magazine Skakbladet. Also, I'm not kidding. I mean, I would write in English and they would turn into Danish. That was 33 years ago. So if you guys, I don't know if Skakbladet still exists. I would guess in 33 years, probably not. But yeah. What are you watching? Ben and Karen and Chess and so forth. Yeah, and so on.
Bono Ricci says the Karaoke World Championship is just like the song contest TV shows. Everyone is belting with enormous vibrato.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy wants a Chris's hot dog. Only Karen gets that joke.
Hey, Howdoll for all. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I went vegetarian, so I can't even eat those hot dogs anymore.
Reporting live from the Netherlands. I wonder if you're sitting in the Totten Probably not. You got to be careful when you're in the Netherlands because I stayed at a guest house once and they had a cat and the cat crept the krullen van the trap. So it was terrible. And then they didn't have a car, so I was going to take a horse and carriage to my round, but the koetsier puts the postkoets. So since he was cleaning it, I couldn't go. So I missed the round. And that's like 2 jokes. So if you speak Dutch, you'll understand those jokes, maybe. At least one of you speaks Dutch, so it's got to be funny.
How enormous is your vibrato? That almost sounds like a euphemism. How enormous is yours?
What? Don't tell my wife.
Hey, how doll for all? We had the family of Dobbs Barbecue owners on here from Dothan, maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, those are good world champions.
We're everywhere. Who's the guy I don't like? I don't like, and the reason I don't like him is his vibrato.
Roy Orbison.
No, well, yes, but
No?
Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, Gordon Lightfoot. Who do you dislike more? Exactly.
Orbison.
Yeah?
Yeah. Although he's anyone that wrote Blue Bayou, or maybe he just recorded. That's a fabulous song.
Mm-hmm.
But Linda sings it way better. Yeah, thank you, Bonarici. It's way too much vibrato. I can't even listen to it. Horrible.
If you want to hear some bad Gordon Lightfoot, listen to his Bobby McGee. Frankly, terrible.
Yay.
Casper VLD subscribe. Thank
Yay,
you.
Casper. Oh,
You bought a house. How are you affording this subscription then? Wow.
Bishop takes us. He's no Phil Collins.
No, that was Bing Crosby, C.L. Smith.
Oh.
Until
Bing Crosby did that?
Yeah,
I didn't know
they made
that.
fun of it on Simpsons.
Oh, well,
he took his belt off and he was like,
Simpsons.
"You can beat your kids with Valencia oranges because then it won't show." Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's terrible. I assume no relation to the late David Crosby.
I hope not. Fen Beingold subscribed. Bing Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Correct. Yeah, until I was about 35, 40 years old, somewhere in there, I thought Roy Orbison was blind.
Oh, yeah, I did wear shades a lot.
Yeah, so I just thought he was blind. Yeah. But it turned out he was not blind.
I mean, I think Orbison was trying to imitate Elvis to some degree, but
That's better than imitating Elvis.
something went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, why don't we get some chess going? Or is there any chess news that needs to be discussed?
No.
I don't think so.
Bishop Take says he wasn't blind? That's correct. He was not. Pat6578 subscribed. It's Pat.
Go, Pat.
Botez just beat Levy.
Yay, go Botez.
I'm shocked. You keep asking me if I've seen Rook takes H8 from Lelmi. I don't think it was Rook takes H8. I think it was Rook H8. I don't think he took anything. Do I like Roy Orbison because he has a sweet voice? Oh, I do like Roy Orbison. But do you like Siegfried and Roy Orbison?
I don't know a lot of Orbison's music.
He had 45 seconds for their 3 minutes. That sounds reasonable for them.
Oh, they're both of them are playing. I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
That does seem hard to win. You saw Siegfried and Roy 1 week before the Lions ate him.
The lion barely ate him. We like Roy. We like Roy. Very good Simpsons reference, unless it's Family Guy. It's got to be Simpsons. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Americans did well today. Wesley So against Vincent Keimer. And I don't think Keimer's won any games yet. Also, Wesley had all draws. So that was pretty exciting for him because Wesley likes to draw. Mm-hmm.
I'm just typing in chat. Keep going.
Yeah, but the thing is, people nowadays don't understand that there's two Hank Williams and the older one's better.
Well, I'm not going to type it now.
Yeah.
I was just going to say I do like Hank Williams
Mm-hmm.
and Hank Williams Jr.
But mainly Hank Williams.
I like Hank Williams Jr.
No. Okay, so Wesley played E4, and they played a Spanish and or Ruy Lopez. Somebody do a marker or something.
Tensor usually gets it.
Ooh, okay, what movie is he quoting? That ain't no Hank Williams song.
I don't know.
Good reference. Blues Brothers.
I didn't even know there was a Hank the Third, Ace Deuce.
Who's worse, Hank the Third or Godfather 3? Oh, snap. Okay, so they play the Spanish and or Ruy Lopez. Now, I don't know why. I don't. If I knew why, I would tell you. In this tournament, in both sections, the Challengers and the Masters, A6 is being played and nobody's playing the Berlin. So I don't know what kind of tournament that is. Well, like the last 10 years, they play the Berlin. So I don't know what's happening. Now, it is true against knight f6, we can sort of avoid the end games by playing d3, which I've been recommending for like 15 years. And I think about half the GMs play this and half castle. But yeah, they're just playing the closed Ruy, which, you know, white's obviously a little better, frankly. Okay, this is the main line. And then in this position, black castles, because super GMs always want to play the Marshall Gambit, and if allowed, they will. Thanks, Fen Beingold. I think for the most part, most super GMs believe the Marshall Gambit should lead to a draw, and they have it analyzed to move 25 in most variations. So it's actually more common for white to avoid the Marshall than to allow it. To allow the Marshall Gambit, you play c3. And then this is the Marshall Gambit. There's 100 trillion GM games. I think Marshall, when he played it against Capablanca, played knight f6, but c6 is the main move now. And they play d3 and d4. It used to be they only played d4, then they only played d3, and now I think they play both, but I think d3 is more common now. And then you have to know theory to move 30, otherwise you're finished. And most GMs avoid that, and they play an anti-Berlin line like knight c3 or d3, or in the game a4, threatening ab. And if white plays ab, black's prospects are negative. Hello.
I got it.
Yeah.
We can keep it going.
Just hang loose, blood. Okay, so here, black can play rook b8, bishop b7, or the move that was played, b4. In this position, Wesley played the very interesting move, a5, which discombobulates black's pawn structure, so black can't play a5 himself and be solid. Okay, and Keimer had a very interesting way of playing this position with black. I'm not familiar with this position, and so maybe what Vincent did is reasonable. Now, it turned out Uma Thurman, I don't know if you know this, you probably saw it on Twitter. Uma Thurman was at Vikonsee today because she's promoting a movie in the Netherlands, and she, like, not rang the bell, she did something for the opening of the round. And then during the game, she kept saying, Vincent, Vincent, and they kicked her out of the room.
I knew it wasn't a real thing.
I can't believe it. Why would she do that? Later, she met Vincent at the disco. Man, that was a complicated reference. Who's Uma Thurman? You're banned. I have been in Berlin. I was in Berlin when it was East Berlin and West Berlin. God damn. That's when I was in Berlin. Okay, so he played the move rook b8. And eventually, he has a very unusual idea that Karen will approve of. Karen will be like, what? His idea is to play rook b5 and then take this pawn.
Well, I was worried about the pawn as soon as I saw that and sort of thinking about that they might target it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rook, you know, I don't even know what they do.
Right. So while black is wasting his time taking this a pawn, we have to punish him in the center. We can't just play d3, knight d2, h3. We'll be down a pawn. And then Karen will be like, why am I down a pawn? So Wesley played d4, already making a threat on e5. And then they traded everything, which the engine agrees with. And now we don't take back right away because then black can play d6. We play e5 first, so the knight has to go somewhere not so good. So he played knight e8. Queen takes d4. Rook b5. And even though there's no knight here, so you can't like take the pawn directly, black wants to play c5, attacking the queen. And then and only then can we have the exchange of sex for discounts. Get that reference? That's a tough one. Even the chat's gonna have a tough one with that. There's hundreds of people in the chat, but they're gonna have a tough time with that. Very good, Grungewart. Seinfeld, Bishop takes Kramer. Yeah, Kramer said that Elaine was dating a guy, and the guy worked at some clothing store, and she wanted discounts, and he wanted sex, and then Kramer said, look, you guys have to understand the exchange sex for discounts and so forth. Okay, now, so there's nothing really Wesley can do about that, and black is wasting a lot of time taking that A pawn, which isn't the most important pawn on Earth. Right. And, these pieces are a little iffy. It's not, sort of passive. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Wesley played bishop c4, and that way if the rook moves away, you can't play c5 and so forth. And he played c5, of course. Queen d3, he took the pawn. And black is up a pawn, but, it's this A pawn. This is backward. This is a nice bishop. My knight has some good squares. And the engine says that white is slightly better. Even though black's up a pawn, it's not so dangerous. Thanks, I don't know what that is. Anon Z4. Thank you. Okay. So he played queen c7, which the engine agrees with. Start pushing the pawn, maybe. Knight f3. h6, stopping bishop g5 and knight g5. Bishop f4. Queen c6. And when I was watching the commentary with Svidler and Howell, they thought, and I don't agree, but I don't agree with them. That means they're right and I'm wrong. They thought, white has to prove his compensation and black's going to be better soon. Black's going to play knight c7, knight e6, bishop b7, a5. Black's up a pawn. The knight on e6 is good. And they were dissing this knight. 2446. Thanks, Puzzle Pawn. He donated 2446 because I weigh 244.6.
Oh, nice. Hey,
so
Puzzle Pawn.
if I had gained weight, we would have got more money. Damn.
How's it going, Puzzle Pawn?
You could take the pawn on a6, but that lets black equalize pretty easily because white's giving up his beautiful bishop. He's taking this useless pawn. He's letting black escape in the center, so forth. So in this position, since Wesley has a reputation of occasionally drawing every game, and he has drawn every game this tournament, they thought when this sequence was happening that Wesley would be happy with a draw. So they were like, okay, here, here, here. Okay. And they thought Wesley would play here. And they were like, if Keimer wants a draw, he'll go here. And maybe Keimer wants to win, he'll play something else. Now, they were wrong. Wesley didn't want to draw. Wesley played queen f5. Wesley had no intention of repeating. And this position, in my opinion, and I'm not as good as Howell or Svidler, so maybe they don't agree. This is harder to play for black than white. White's position looks pretty good to me. Black's position looks bad, but he has an extra pawn. So I'd rather have a good position than a bad position. And the engine says it's equal. Okay. He played bishop b7, which is the engine move. They traded. And now this pawn's difficult to defend, so he attacked it with the rook. And when I say difficult to defend, you can't defend it. Okay, so he played knight c7. The engine says this is great. Rook takes d7. And finally, one of the players made a mistake. There's two moves here that are sort of obvious, and he picked the wrong one. Okay, first move is rook d8. Thanks, Fester 100. Then if you take the bishop, rook down here is going to be mate. The other one is queen c8, pinning the rook. And you have to choose which one. And he chose the wrong one. If you play the right one, it's all zeros, equal. If you play the wrong one, you're lost. Like 1.5. Thanks, Fen Beingold, for gifting a sub. And he played the wrong one. The truth hurts. So he played rook to d8. Okay, and that's not as good as pinning the rook. Now white has a free move, and white doesn't want to get checkmated here. So he played h4. Now he's threatening to take the bishop. Okay, and this has an equal material, so you would really prefer to have white here. Okay, and now this is the problem with queen c8. Thanks, MJ Chess for you, for 5 subs. Wow, that was a great gift.
Thank you.
Okay, now this is super complicated. So if you're watching at home, pay attention. If you play queen c8, which looks like we'll start trading pieces, I throw a monkey works e6, a monkey wrench into the works. Okay, let's analyze. If you take this, that pawn's too strong. You can't do that. Okay, if you take with the knight, your bishop's hanging. So ipso fatso, you have to play fe. Okay, now I take the rook with check. If you take with the bishop, I take this pawn, and black's position's in shambles. Terrible position. And equal material. So black takes with a queen, and now white has the very strong queen e5. And you're attacking the knight. You can't defend the knight. And if you move the knight, then your e6 pawn hangs with check. And then here comes knight e5, and bishop e5, and h5. And this position's not good. Okay, so queen c8 in the previous position when it was correct, in this position when it was the right move. Okay, now if you play e6 like in the after rook d8, that doesn't work because here I can't play rook takes rook check. So now my rook's hanging and my queen's hanging and I lose. Black's winning here. So that's why queen c8 was better, because we don't have e6. Now in this position, we have time to stop back rank mate, and we're threatening this, and queen c8 is bad because of e6. Okay. However, these guys are pretty good. So he played the best move, which is I always recommend, g6. Trying to get the queen off of the rook. Queen d3, staying on the rook. Queen c8. These are all the best moves. Takes, 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 takes. And now material's equal. And white plays bishop takes h6. And white's up a pawn. And the engine says, if both sides play perfectly, probably black can draw. Probably. And this is a Wesley So kind of position. A pawn up, better, trying to win an ending. And young players like Vincent Keimer, that's not, he don't want this position. He wants activity and complications and so forth. Okay. So black played a5. That's fine.
They say they can't hear the board sounds, which is true. I just noticed we can't.
I agree. Some people never want to hear the board sounds.
I like to hear them.
All right.
'Cause if you're not looking exactly at the
Let's see.
board, it's confusing. In addition, you need to turn it up here. The
No, I don't think so.
desktop sounds.
No, desktop sounds should be fine. Yeah, desktop audio's up here. Yeah. No, it's got to be that they're turned off because there's no noise at all. Sound theme default. Yeah, default's pretty good. Where's the sound thing? There's a thing that says sounds, and it's either on or off. I guess it could be here. No. Let's see. Download. Emoji palette.
Yeah. That's 98.
Board sounds on. Yeah, but where do I go? Oh, maybe it's over here. All settings. God damn. Board in pieces. Board play sounds.
That's on.
It is on. That just means chess.com is broken. Because I
Yeah.
always have the board sounds on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so it's just broken.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back.
Svidler was pointing out that he thought black had enough with pushing the A pawn.
Yeah, I think so. No, the silent clicking mouse is bad because this mouse is better. All right. You guys complain when there's no board sound, and you complain when there's a mouse sound.
I thought I heard it faintly just then.
Oh, yeah, I hear the
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
too. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just chess.com.
That was chess.com. We didn't do anything.
Okay. So, yeah, in this position, black probably has enough to draw, maybe. But it's a practical game. It's not an exercise in futility.
We have a good mouse.
Yeah, our mouse costs more than your mouse. Also, you didn't get that? That's a Pulp Fiction reference. When they were eating at Jackrabbit Slim's, and then she says it would be an exercise in futility to not be, intrigued by the question that he has.
Darn, I'm blanking out on the kind of mouse it is.
Yeah,
I forgot the kind of mouse it is.
it's a razor mouse,
But there's a specific
right? And then you can shave with it too.
kind.
Well, Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer is a different restaurant scene. This is the restaurant scene with Uma Thurman and John Travolta at Jackrabbit Slim's. Amanda Plummer and Tim Roth weren't in Jackrabbit Slim's. They were at some coffee shop. So you're banned because you don't know the movie as well as I do, which basically means you're all banned. Okay. So A5, B3, otherwise, A4, A3, Papa John's, right? And people don't like Papa John's. So, yeah. So B3, knight B5, these moves are all fine. Bishop C1, the engine doesn't like bishop C1. And now it says black should play C4, which is explosive. And then after takes, knight here, forking the two pawns. And you can't take this because the A pawn's too dangerous. So it's no good. Black's winning. Okay, but instead of playing C4, he played knight A3, which is also reasonable. Okay. And Wesley, in this position after knight A3, he played the only move that gives white any advantage at all. There's two moves you should consider. You should consider knight E1 defending your pawn. And then you should consider the right move. Because knight E1 hangs the H4 pawn. You can't just let him take this.
Right. Let me see what happens if you take that.
Inglorious Bastards and Django Unchained are equally good.
I can't do that.
I am the best guy to learn from. Champagne saucy. Correct. I hope your champagne's not saucy. Don't get saucy with me, Bernays. Avatar 2, First Blood.
Darn, I don't know.
Okay, you move your C pawn. So you can play C3 or C4. C3's okay. C4's a little bit better. You can't take on Passant because you lose your knight. Okay, so you played C4. Black played A4, which is the engine move. Very good. Excellent move. And after a4, white did something that I really like. Although the engine seems confused. Yeah, the engine like went crazy. It's like it's on the wrong. Let me change because it's okay. Good. Okay, so I really like the next move because it teaches an important lesson, which most people are confused about. So now I will confuse you less. The engine broke again. I like when the engine breaks. That's funny. Okay, so
What happened?
well, what happened was the engine thought it was listening to a Led Zeppelin song, and it thought the Gotham chess was streaming. And when that happens, you know what happens?
Yeah.
The levee breaks. Yeah.
But
The
what
engine's
happened?
broken. It says like A4 for white and F6 for white. It's white can't make those moves. Okay, the engine's gone crazy.
It seems like chess.com's really struggling lately.
Okay. So in this position, I really like Wesley's next move. I'm not saying it's the best move. I'm saying I like it. What he did is he played a move that meets the demands of the position. Most people, when A4 is played, they stare at the A4 pawn and they stare at the B3 pawn. Okay? And Wesley looked at another pawn. What Wesley wants to do, either here or the next move, is play knight to D2 to take care of this issue over here. However, as I said earlier, when I suggested knight E1 defending the C pawn, black could play bishop takes H4. So before white plays knight D2, Wesley played G3. So now, if you take the pawn, which is the correct move, then I play knight to D2. And now the engine says this is equal if black plays the move nobody should ever play, F6. Because by trading pawns and keep trading pawns, it'll be a draw eventually because there's no pawns on the board. Always trade pawns. Okay. So in this position, black played a very bad move, and Svidler and Howell were beside each other because they were sitting next to each other. No, I think they're from somewhere else, so that, not really. They were like, what kind of move is this? And I must say, I would never think of this move. Right? I'm not good enough to think of this move. So I would just play A takes B3, and then, Wesley would probably beat me, but it'd be close. Okay, he played knight B1 with the obvious idea of, pushing the pawn. Problem with knight B1 is in this position, if white ever plays B takes A, then black plays knight takes C4, and black has two connected pass pawns. Probably black's better there, even though there's a pawn down. But after here, I can just take on A4. So that was a very weird move. When I say weird, it's bad. And his first mistake was rook D8, and it looked like maybe he could draw after that. And then this is his second mistake. There's too many mistakes because he has the black pieces. He's playing Wesley. Yeah. Okay. So B3 was played, which is also a bad move. And this is the only counterplay. Black eventually is going to push his pawn and win a piece. So Wesley played king F1. He's going to scoot over there. Bishop A5. Bishop B2. Otherwise, I can play bishop C3 and B2. So you have to play bishop B2. Knight C3. Knight D2. It all just works out. And so the main variation is you take this pawn, I take this pawn, you take this bishop, I take this bishop, and I'm defending my pawn. And then I have fortuitous on the other side, so I win. Okay, so instead of trading bishops in this position with knight takes B2, he played bishop B4, bishop C1, and then he played knight B6, and he wants to take this pawn. And Wesley played an excellent move here. And I remember when they were analyzing, they were suggesting like bishop D2 knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, f4, and they thought white should probably win that. But Wesley played better. He played knight d2. Now, if black does nothing, white plays king to d3, and black resigns. It's 2 pawns up, and you have nothing. So he has to give up the bishop and win this pawn. Bishop c3. MJ chess for you. Thanks for the 200 bits. And the reason white's winning this position, not only is white up a pawn, but very important, the bishop controls the queening square of this h-pawn, which is could come in very important later. Otherwise, black could trade pawns and sack a piece and leave with the bishop and the wrong colored rook pawn, but it's not the wrong colored rook pawn. So this is a very easy win for Wesley, and he won very quickly. Move his king up the board. Then he moved his pawn majority. And then he played bishop d4, trapping the knight. The knight has nowhere to go. And this is a common geometric pattern. Bishop here, knight here. Bishop here, knight here. Bishop here, knight here, etc. Okay. And he played c3. King d3. King d5. Now, all the play, the last 6 moves or so, has been over here. But white can get a passed h-pawn, so he played h5. And if you can stop that pawn, you're a better player than I am, because it can't be stopped now. And the funny ending of the game was c2. So if you take the pawn, I take the bishop. And he took the pawn, because if you take the bishop, I make a queen. Mm-hmm. And now, if white wasn't queening, like if somehow black does this, I don't know, black cheats, okay, then king b3 wins your knight.
Oh yeah.
So you're losing here, and you're losing here. You both beat you, so so he resigned. That's good resigning.
That's a pretty good game.
Right. So Wesley played almost perfect game, almost, and Keimer made like 2 moves that were mistakes and maybe 3 or 4 inaccuracies. And still it took 51 moves to beat him because these guys are tough. They put up a good fight.
Great analysis, says holy water.
Yeah, Wesley's good. The reason I like Wesley more than other super GMs, which isn't necessarily true, but the reason I'm like, go Wesley, is when we won the Pro Chess League World Championship, Wesley was on my team. Like, he was the team. God damn. And we beat Magnus's team in the last round. Although Magnus beat us 4-0. The rest of his team did not. And as it turned out later, it sounds like I'm going to make a joke now, but I'm not. You can back me
About
up.
the cheating.
Yeah. As it turns out later, I lost the last round to the president of the Norwegian Chess Federation, and he was cheating. He cheated against me.
Pointed that out to you. I should get a little credit for that.
He cheated against me.
I saw it tweeted that he resigned from whatever chessboard he was on, and I said, "Hey, weren't you on the team during all that?"
I like the way Magnus beat us 4-0. The guy on board, the guy cheated against me and beat me, and we still won the match easily. We won with a big score.
Yeah, because Wesley's so good.
Yeah, what happened was he later said that he had cheated, and somebody else knew. Somebody was helping him. Somebody was giving him the engine moves. So there was an accomplice, and about a year ago, he said, yeah, I cheated in that match. And I was like, well, it must have been against me because he lost his other 3 games. So,
and I think, didn't he come forward with a confession, but he didn't have to.
He didn't say it was against me, but...
I know, but I'm saying in his confession, I think he was just out of the blue. Maybe
right,
he
yeah,
was
that's
feeling
true.
bad about
Right,
it or
yeah,
something.
Yeah. Well, that was like 6 years ago on chess.com, so I don't think... I feel better about losing to him in the last round because I almost cost us the championship. I didn't know we had already won. I didn't know that we had won on 2 of the boards and Magnus won against, whoever, Wesley or something. I don't know. So I didn't know we had won the match already. So I was really nervous in my game because I'm paired down and the guy's beating me. So, yeah. I don't know if he was president then. I think he was. He became president later. But he could have been president then. He was president later of the Chess Federation. Yeah. Very suspicious. Yeah, the truth hurts.
I'm going to check and see if there are any Karen texts.
Felt bad about losing that game. Now I feel less bad.
Right.
Because I had black and the guy cheated. So, all right, I guess I lose. I can't beat an engine when I'm black. When I'm white, actually, I say that, but I did beat Mittens with black. So I sit corrected.
Did I tell you that Frank texted me? There was an article, and I couldn't read it because it's Wall Street Journal.
Right.
And about Mittens, the new villain. And so then here it is actually.
I assume this was about gas ovens.
What?
When you said he texted me.
They're right here. When you said the chess world's new villain, a cat named Mittens. I said, per usual, can't read the article because he's always behind a paywall. However, I'm fully aware of Mittens. And then
He might not have watched the video. You should tell him Ben beat Mittens.
No, but then look right here. Ha ha, Ben. That's because the thumbnail's funny.
Yeah.
Mittens is gas powered. Well, my brother and I have been arguing. He's constructed. I guess that's the straw man. I'm not even giving a shit about it. The gas stove issue. I just pointed it out to him because he's a lover of gas stoves that he might want to reconsider because of the pollutants. I don't really have a strong stance about a ban, and so he keeps sending me all these rebuttals. I said, if you want to inhale the pollutants, go ahead.
Did he moon for rebuttal?
Give a shit. Mittens is gas powered.
Okay, next game, America, is the game Fabi versus Gukesh. And this is the opposite of the Wesley game. Wesley was like equal, then Wesley was slightly better, then Wesley was clearly better, and then Wesley won in 51 moves after dogged resistance. In this game, after like 14, 15 moves, Fabi was winning. And then he pushed the wrap it up button, right? But wrap that gavel up, and the game ended pretty quickly. And for the most part, I would say the Indian players, this particular event, aren't doing so well. Iragasi and Gukesh, I thought they'd be fighting for first. Instead, they're fighting for a sandwich.
Cook in a smaller room. And the debate rages on.
Yeah. Okay, Simpsons is correct, Grungewort. Very good. So here's what happened. Also, I could be mixing episodes, so I apologize. Lisa took a test at school that everybody took to tell you what you'd be when you grow up. And they said she'd be a homemaker. So she was down on herself the whole episode. And then Marge is trying to explain homemaker's great. Anyway, so then there's a scene where she's dreaming about what her life is going to be like. And she's like, there's a bum fight. And she's like the card girl, like holding up what round it is. And it said they're fighting for a sandwich, the bums. They're like, whoever wins gets a sandwich. So, yeah. And so forth. And then Martin was systems analyst, which he was very happy about. I think I'm mixing episodes, but you get the point. Okay, so Fabi's white. And here's a tough one for Karen.
What?
Okay, so they played this, right? Okay, and this is some kind of Vienna and Ragozin and all that. Thanks, HB Sabri, for 5 subs. You're the best. Okay, after Queen A4 check, which was played, what should black do?
I guess knight c6.
Correct. Yay. So white doesn't want his queen on A4. He just wants black to play knight c6, so black can't play c6 or c5. So white's going to retreat his queen soon.
That would just make you happy, because you love to play. I'm just kind of joking. You love to put your knight on c6.
That's right.
The pawn back.
That's right. I wouldn't mind that. Okay, so e3, castles, queen c2. Now, you could argue this is a queen c2 Nimzo Indian with black up a tempo, and the tempo is this move, which is weird. I'll show you what I mean, because you guys are easily, not understanding.
Hey, bowler.
Okay, now you can play d5 and you can play knight c6, but nobody plays them both. So we're going to play them both. Knight c6, knight here. Now d6 or castles would be the main move. d5, e3. And this is the game position, except, let's see, what's the difference? Black should have an extra move, but I don't see how. Knight c3, knight... Oh, the knight's not on... the knight's on f3. Let me click here so I'm less confused. Okay. So in the game that they played, black has castled. And the variation I gave, which is a queen c2 Nimzo, where black is playing weird, black hasn't castled. So in the actual game, it's a queen c2 Nimzo, white's a tempo down, and black's a tempo up. And he's playing sort of unusual. Now, if you don't like your knight on c6, you can play what Gukesh did, knight e7. That way you can still play c6 or c5, and you can play knight g6 if you want, and so forth. Okay, bishop d2, not the most aggressive. b6, getting the bishop out. a3, two bishops, vatos. Okay, and here, I think this is where Gukesh lost the game. He didn't make the losing move. He just had bad ideas. Okay, what I think Gukesh needs to do is get rid of the two bishops. He doesn't agree. Okay, he's like, I'm going to attack, and white's king is on e1, his bishop's on f1, so when I attack in the center, that'll be good enough. And so what black should do in this position is play knight e4, getting his two bishops back. And even if you don't take the bishop, your knight's really good on e4, so that's fine. But he played bishop a6, which attacks the pawn. And obviously, if I take this, you can take here and white can't castle. White's two bishops are gone. This bishop is blocked by a lot of pawns. But white plays the more or less obvious b3. And now, not only is white defending the pawn, but white's bishop can escape to b2 now after knight e4. So I have the two bishops forever. And the bishop is sort of strange here. Okay, and the engine already doesn't like his position. He played rook c8 with the obvious idea of playing c5. Well, they could have played c5 earlier. And Fabi played rook d1. So if he plays c5, he can open up the file to the black queen here. Black queen doesn't really have anywhere good to go. So this is just good for white. Basically, white has two bishops for nothing. And black isn't playing c5 anytime soon. But he did play c5. Okay, and this is... I don't want to say it's a bad move, but it gives white a nice advantage. White takes, and he opens up the line for his rook and the line for his bishop. So it's really, really nice for white. Rook takes, and then he played queen b2, and there's not really a move here for black. You can't play dc, because your queen's hanging. You can't let me play bishop takes knight, and queen takes on f6. You can't move your knight and leave your g-pawn undefended. So the only moves to consider, I think, are the move that he played, which loses, and knight to e8, which defends this. And this is a pathetic position. White has two bishops. Black is super passive. Black's rook is trapped. His d-pawn is still pinned, etc. Although it might be better than what he did. I don't know. Okay, so instead, he played queen c8, unpinning, and allowing white to do all this stuff. Okay, which I would never play queen c8. If queen c8 was the best move, I would not play it. I wouldn't let the guy play bishop takes and queen takes. I'm not good enough to let him do that. Okay, so Fabi's like, thank you. Now white's up a pawn. Black played knight g6. And in this position, white could play very boring and do nothing and be better. But since the knight's on g6 and the queen is here, white put it in h4. So white's idea is h5 attacking the knight, h6, and queen here mate. So this is very dangerous. Black has to watch out. Okay, he played dc, h5, rook f5 kicking the queen out. Now, the gawking rabble who were in the chat of Svidler and Howell, they said queen a1's the best move, because then if he takes here, he's not on our queen, and rook here attacking our queen, and the queen is safe here from getting attacked, and we still have the same ideas. But he played queen c3, which is a more human move, and probably queen c3 is as good or better. Now his knight's attacked, so he played knight e7, very reasonable, and white played bc. White's up a pawn, white has the safer king, and black's rook is sort of weird on f5. Unfortunately, black played the best move here. I say unfortunate because it's f6. Never play f6. But you don't want to get mated on g7, so you get to play f6 sooner or later. Bishop e2, rook c5, trying to get his pawn back. Knight d2, defending his pawn. Bishop b7, pretending to attack this, but not really, because rook g1, so you can't really take that pawn. Rook h4, put it in h. So this pawn's defended a trillion times. And now my rook can go to g4, I can play h6, etc. He played e5, reasonable. Knight e4, attacking the rook. I think you have to take it. Rook takes. White's just up a pawn and better. Queen e6, queen d2, rook a5, which is a blunder, threatening this pawn, but he's losing anyway. And this loses very quickly. Rook check, and he played king f7. He plays king h8, then queen d7's winning pretty quickly, because you're just going to get checkmated on the king side. So he played king f7, then h6, threatening rook g7 check, and then queen d8 mate. So knight g6 is forced. And this is a very nice move. And to give you a hint, if you've seen the game, you might remember. To give you a hint, it's reminiscent of Steinitz von Bartholeben, Hastings 1895. I hope that wasn't too much of a hint. Another hint would be, if you've seen the movie Airplane, you can get it. Yeah, people in the chat got it. They get all the references. This guy said, ever considered playing an actual game on stream? That's fine.
That has happened.
If you guys get the Airplane reference, you're pretty smart. I don't think anybody could possibly get the Airplane reference. Only I get it.
I don't know. Go ahead.
In the movie Airplane, he says, "What's your clearance, Clarence?" And then he says, "What's your vector, Victor?" So he said, "What's your clearance, Clarence?" You have to make a clearance sacrifice, like in Steinitz von Bartholeben. So he played c5.
I saw that the bishop could get on that diagonal, but I thought that the queen could move. So it was...
Yeah, opening this up is really good. Thanks for the 10 subs. Sick mofo. You a sick mofo.
Yay, sick mofo.
Okay, so rook takes c6, c5 is forced, which defends there, wins the pawn back. Queen d7 check, and now this is going to enter the game with decisive effect. And you can't let him play rook takes h7, so you have to go back here. Rook takes a7, and this is really good. My bishop has such a nice diagonal now. And with your rook not on a5, you undefended a7. So white's up a pawn, and white has a big attack, and this pawn's annoying, and the king is trapped on the back rank. Now he tried to take the pawn, but trying is the first step to failure. Rook b4, takes. Obviously, this rook is misplaced. Now white's going to double up on the bubble up. Play bishop here. Queen is a pawn. White's up a pawn. White has the better rooks and the safer king. Rook b7. And in this position, black resigned. You can't take on g2 because you get checkmated. Always repeat. And then checkmate. Don't checkmate right away. So with the rooks on the 7th rank, the bishop can come here later. I can queen my a pawn. Black resigned. Very nice game from Fabi. I don't think Fabi did anything wrong. I think Fabi just played great. And I think in the early middle game, the transition from the opening to the middle game, Gukesh lost his way. Gukesh not having a good tournament. The truth hurts. I did a lecture on Gukesh saying how great he was, then he lost to Fabi. America.
I'm dehydrated.
Want some Perrier? You want to go up and get a bottle of water?
I don't know, I guess, in a minute. I walked around.
You have to go see when Karen's telling you to come to karaoke and you're going to refuse except for one
I
thing.
didn't get any text from her.
I don't believe it.
I didn't.
What? Is she okay?
She's, they went to some other bar. She said if they go there later that she'll text me and see if I feel like coming up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to stay hydrated. So, are we doing more games?
No, that's enough. Now we can do the other stuff we were going to do.
Okay, well, let me go get some water.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. Do you want anything while I'm up there?
No. Is Fabi the best opening player overall? He's pretty good. Well, I put my weight in the stream title every day, so you can see how I'm doing. So far, I've lost 13.2 pounds since the first. So a good 3 weeks. Almost 1 stone. Almost. What's the goal? I don't really have a goal. I just, get lower and lower until I disappear. And like that, he was gone. How long was your stay in Europe? 4 years. I didn't think Americans were aware of stones. I mean, I lived in Europe for 4 years, but obviously everybody knows everything. We don't use stone.
Oh, as a measurement?
Ooh, very good. The Usual Suspects. You got the reference. Ever play any Canadian chess tournaments? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wanted to see Karen's thoughts on new over-the-board tournament players.
I don't get it.
Which ones?
I'm a vegan HB Sabri. I'm sure vegan poutine is good. It's hard to get. Yeah, you've done well. You've lost a bunch of weight. I'm trying to lose some weight too. And the last 3 days today I walked an hour and 40 minutes on the treadmill. So I walked like maybe 4 miles and 4 point something miles, 5 maybe. So hopefully I can lose some weight. Karen, how many classical games have you played? I mean, hundreds. I'm sure over 1,000, but I don't know. I used to play at the club a lot when we had the club. I was a house player, and I would just play anybody that needed to play.
So and I've done a lot of tournaments. I was playing tournaments before I even met Ben.
One thing I've done this year that's shocking,
Rated,
and by
yes.
shocking, I mean Karen is shocked.
Yeah.
She hasn't said anything, but she is shocked. I know when she's shocked.
Yeah, look me up on US Chess. Karen Boyd, Boyd. You'll find me there with hundreds, if not thousands, of games.
You ready for me to shock you?
Yes.
You already know. But I haven't eaten out this year. I haven't ordered food.
I know about it.
No, I know. But doesn't that shock you? Because I ordered food like twice a day.
I think you did order out
No,
once.
I did not.
From the Hang on.
No.
Well, let me finish my thought.
Okay.
We're going to look at the records.
Okay.
After the Slutty Vegan. Isn't that the name of it?
No, that's a place we've never eaten.
Oh.
That's in Atlanta.
What's the name of the vegan place?
Loving Hut.
Oh, why did I think it was
I haven't
Slutty
ordered from
Vegan?
Loving Hut.
Loving Hut,
No.
okay.
There's one time I ordered food. It was for Archer.
Mm-hmm.
I got him Papa John's cheese sticks. That's the only time I've ordered food this year.
Well, I mean, I'm not hugely overweight, Caffeine Jones. I just look better when I'm a little bit thinner, and my clothes aren't fitting now.
So she has to walk around the house naked.
So I.
And you should see her in her new bra.
I gained a whole.
Beautiful.
I gained a whole bunch of weight during the pandemic, and now my clothes are too tight.
Oh, no.
That's all. I don't think I look bad. I do look better thinner, though. That's a fact.
Also, every stream I try to tell you Karen's age so you're confused.
Oh, yeah. We don't need to talk about it so
We should
much.
talk about that.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do some more chess stuff.
First, we'll talk about your age. Then people be like, no, she's not. See, look at Vin Breezy TV.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to talk about it.
Karen's 57. She's older than me. Frankly, ridiculous.
I mean, I'm not ashamed or embarrassed, but, I don't feel a need to dwell on it,
Yeah, see, they don't believe it.
No need to belabor the point.
Now, not only is Karen 57, but we went to a casino and they carded her recently, like a month ago.
They did stop us coming in.
Then when the guy looked at their ID, he's like, what? That should be a fake
I thought
ID.
at first he
When
was-
you think somebody's under 21 and they're 57, you might think that's a fake ID.
I thought he was joking around. I have all this gray hair, not looking the greatest, but yeah, he did stop
It's Puzzled
me.
Pawn. Puzzled Pawn also carded at the casino. Very interesting. More than once.
I've heard that story. Everybody called you grandma because they couldn't see your beard. That's funny, Buttery. I mean, that's funny.
H. Bree Sabri, I don't know. Probably
I got-
12 or 13.
I got carded a lot at the casino when we had to wear masks because people couldn't see my face, and so I mean, I guess they're just making sure. You wear your hair in a small bun. That's funny. Surfing grandma. What's that?
Well, he's grandma and he surfs.
Oh, I missed the surfing. What?
Well, that's just known that he surfs. He talks about it on the stream.
I didn't remember he surfed at all.
Oh, yeah. He was talking about Australia. When you were like, I want to go to Australia at some point, he was like, they have good surfing there.
I do remember him saying that now, but I thought it was a random comment.
No, he likes to surf.
I didn't know that he likes to surf.
Yeah. That guy died like a month ago. He rode like a 1,000-foot wave and then he died. Some famous surfer, but I haven't heard of any surfers, so not famous to me.
I haven't heard of any surfers except for the one that lost her arm, and then they made a movie about it, which I never saw.
I tried to order coffee in Australia, and the guy said, beer? And I said, coffee. And he said, one beer it is. And I said, coffee. COFF. And the guy said, B-A-A. Simpsons. But he started it, so.
All right.
So we're going to do hand and brain.
Man, I hope my I hope I can do it. All right, we can do a couple and then maybe puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling.
Yep. You have to challenge us 5-minute unrated. Then we'll do hand and brain
It's
with
hard
you.
to do it. I feel that it's hard to do. All right. I wonder if I should wear my glasses even. I think I can see fine.
You can wear my glasses. That'll learn you. Hey, Nate Shadow's 1900. That's a little high for our hand and brain opponents. Mm-hmm. We're more in the 1100 range.
I mean, we can play hard people. We're just going to lose. And I'm fine with losing. I'm used to it.
Which character in a sitcom had the most pairs of glasses? You know, too. You've seen it.
Sitcom.
Let's see if anybody in the chat can get it.
I don't know.
No idea. Nobody says anything. No, it's not Kobe. Or I'll give you a hint. Mm-hmm. Ready? Charlie liked the show.
Well, that would have to be Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
But I don't remember which character.
Red Fox. The
Oh,
Sanford.
I didn't remember.
He had a drawer and he opened it up and there was like 25 pairs of glasses.
I didn't really care for the show that much.
Oh.
I just, I don't think the humor aged well.
No, that's the greatest show ever.
You remember that episode?
Well, no, in many episodes, he would pull the drawer and have 50 pairs of glasses. That was an ongoing joke. All right, ready? We can choose from 3-minute rated. No, it has to be 5-minute unrated.
Mm-hmm. All in the Family is one of my faves.
Roy Haystage Fire subscribe. Thank you.
I loved All in the Family so much. Holy Water. It was one of my favorites. And one time I sang an impromptu. I was the Edith part, of course. We sang the theme song on here one time. I loved All in the Family. That was fantastic. I'm going to have to agree. All right, who are we going to play? Just pick whoever.
I don't even understand what he's saying. You made 2 spelling mistakes in Red Fox. Red Fox was in his 40s when Sanford and Son started. Okay, ready?
Pawn.
Boy, the way Karen played. Songs that made the hit parade. GMs like us, we had it made.
Pawn.
Those were the days.
I'm not going to sing while I'm trying to put Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop. Knight. Bishop.
Yeah, the guy who played Grady, Whitman Mayo, he was in his 30s.
Pawn.
When the series started. He looked older than Red Fox.
King.
I think Carol O'Connor was in his late 40s too, and so was who played Edith? What's her name? Jean Stapleton. I think they were in their 40s. Looked like they were like 100. Yeah, truth hurts. It was rough back
Queen.
then.
Knight. Pawn. Knight. Bishop. Bishop.
Two bishops, what else?
Rook. Darn it, see the pawn was hanging.
What?
Wasn't it?
There's a knight here.
Oh, yeah. No wonder I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Rook.
Kids Park is funny. Good one, Kingpin.
Bishop. Pawn. 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 Rook. Rook. King. Knight. Pawn. Knight. Bishop. Knight. Pawn. King. 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 Knight. King. Pawn. Pawn. King. Pawn. King. Pawn. 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 Pawn.
Yay. Yeah, that was a pretty even game for most of the game.
Mm-hmm. It felt even.
Yeah. I think we both played in the 80s. Yeah, that was a good game. And a perfect technique by us, as per usual.
Sorry, I think I hung a pawn. I'm sure I did a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, we played 84.9. He played 75. We played 4 great moves. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, look how well we played the end game. Exclam, exclam, exclam.
Most everything was what I intended, except for there was one knight move that
Mm-hmm. When I played knight bd4 in this position, when I played here.
Wait, go back a couple. Yeah. I'm not saying yours.
Yeah, the engine doesn't like that move because my knight has some squares here.
That's, I thought,
So I think
I was
it just
thinking.
wants me to take and bishop f3. It likes my knight here. I liked it here, but I think it's wrong. I should keep my knight on b3.
Right.
What a mistake. It says knight c5 double question mark. Yeah, because he can play d4 here, which he should.
Yeah, that's, I think, one. I thought he did, didn't he?
He played knight d6.
Oh. Because it ended up hanging
Yeah.
the pawn, yeah.
This position's better for black, but bishop a3's bad, and knight takes. Bishop takes just loses. That's a winning king and pawn in there. Yeah. Oh, this says it's a draw. Wow. This is a draw? Man, this is a tough... I mean, he should play g5, because then he'll gain the opposition. I thought I would win with this anyway. I'm surprised this is a draw. Okay, so f5 loses. What should he have done? g5. This is a draw? I don't believe it. Okay, I'm going to try to beat the engine, because I don't believe this is a draw. f6. Oh, he gets to... He plays king b7 first. Darn. Alright, that's a draw. I thought we would win eventually, but I guess not. So g5 was the best move. We played f5, and then f4 is a great move. Yay, we're the greatest. Although every move wins. h4 is best. I like when I stalemate him and then queen with mate. a7's best. g3 is best. And then this is how the game could have continued. Hope it makes a rook. Damn. Also good. Yeah, we're too good. All right, we can do one more hand and brain, and then we'll do puzzles.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I guess we can play Pat. It's Pat.
And Pat's tough.
He's too high rated.
We,
We
I
can play
mean,
somebody lower rated.
I mean, we can do Pat, but
Alright.
he's probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Pawn. Bishop. Pawn. Knight. Knight. Bishop. Bishop. King. Knight. Pawn. Pawn. I guess I left that fan on. Or did you
No,
turn it?
I turned it on because I was
Oh.
freezing when I came down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now it's okay. It was really cold when I came down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I turned it on before you came.
Knight. Bishop. Knight. 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 Bishop. Queen. Bishop. Bishop. Queen. Queen. Pawn. Rook. Pawn. Bishop. Pawn. Queen. Rook. Pawn. Rook. Rook. Pawn. Pawn.
Yay, we win.
I know we're about to win on time. Let me see who's sorry. I should turn this on.
We're the best. We played 84.9. He played 86.9. Can't play better than that.
Yeah.
Go through the game.
I was just so worried about the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
we
trying
always were doing well on
Keep
time.
it moving. I have to really focus a
Yeah,
lot.
here you want to play 95 because
I
he
did.
can play E5.
Yeah, I did like a move or two later.
So you played here. He should play E5. Yeah, and then you should. Yeah, then you played it. Good.
Yeah.
And yeah, here you should play Bishop H4. Pin his knight. Then you have a threat. You're threatening to take this, and then take this, and get your queen in and your rook in. So bishop, because bishop's no good here, but here it's good. So this is a little slow. And then then now you have to play. He should have played knight e4. That's why c3 is too slow. Now you have to play bishop h4 again. And we're much better. But you said knight. I wasn't sure what move. I assume you meant that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this knight's good here because it's defending e4. But yeah, bishop here is good. Then we can start attacking his king, and he's all pinned. It's hard for him to move after bishop here. It's hard for him to have a plan. Because this is his plan, knight here and kick our knight out. Okay. Then he played f6. And then I played knight d2. That's best. And he played queen e8, which is a blunder, it says. But I'm not sure why. I don't know why that's a blunder. Mm-hmm. That's what I expected him to play. So we have a good move here, but I don't know what it is. It's not knight takes b7, but I don't know what it is. Okay. Why is this good for white? Bishop b5. What? It says he should take with the bishop, which I like. Why can't he take with the pawn? Oh, I take this way, and I'm all over him here. Ah. I didn't see any of that. Yes, when you said knight, I should have played knight takes e4. And then this is about equal. Wants me to play bishop e2. Queen g4 is better. Darn. I didn't want to play queen g4 because I wanted to keep my queen defending my bishop. And that's no good.
Well, I think you've F or word.
Yeah, here I think you should just move your rook into the center. You said queen. I didn't know where the queen should go, so I played here.
Well,
Then I went back.
It was where you went was right where I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. But then he saw it. I thought we could scoop up the pawn on f5.
If you play queen f5, you play c4, so it doesn't work.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Okay. Now it wants me to take the other way. I always take the wrong way. Mm-hmm. The other way does make more sense.
Wait, what?
Take on d4 with the c pawn. It's better. We'll trade it on d4. I should take this.
Yeah, I was wondering about it because then the pawns can come on down. Their pawns. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't sure. So you're saying the other way was better. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now he's just slow on time.
He said bishop, but I wanted to play c4. That's why I played rook d1. I don't want to take this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know why you played rook d1. Now that makes sense.
Yeah, rook's terrible on a1.
Yeah.
d1's good.
I thought I was thinking we'd go to the c file, but mm-hmm. your move seems better. Just didn't think of it.
Yeah, here I want to play king here all the time. Move my king to e3. But I don't think you ever said king. So I couldn't do it.
Honestly, at this point, he was about to run out of time.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
So I wasn't worried. Yeah. I was just making a move. Now it's a problem.
Oh wait, these moves weren't played. This is how the game may have continued. Wait, it says h4 question mark? That's how the game may have continued? Man, harsh. What? The game may have continued question mark, question mark. What, are you trying to say something to us, chess.com? The game may have continued with all bad moves because that's what you guys have been doing. No, we both played in the 80s. That was good.
Yay.
Yeah, sometimes Pat plays slow and lets us win. Yeah. It seemed pretty likely around move 22 or 23 we're going to win on time because he was playing too slow.
Right, yeah. I could see that.
We're known to be super fast, so it's hard to play us. That's our specialty. Why can't we be friends?
Did you want to do some puzzles?
Uh-huh.
Did Gary and Abdu, how do you say his name? I forgot how to say
Also
his
cheat by versus Carlson.
name. How do you say his name again?
Probably Abdusatorov.
Abdusatorov. Also cheat.
No,
No.
but when you say also, that insinuates that Hans cheated when he didn't. So nobody cheated against Magnus.
Yeah, they didn't cheat.
Mountain Dew subscribed to Tier 1. The only person who cheated was Magnus's teammate when he played me. That's the only person who cheated for sure.
Well, I'm sure there've been others.
Do you think horses used to move in an L shape when chess was invented? Somebody ban him. Oh, he subscribed. I mean, yeah, sure.
Hopefully not.
Queen F1, Queen F5. There's a pawn here.
Oh, I didn't even know you did it already.
Queen F5.
While we were talking to Chad.
This is funny. The answer the guy gave,
Uh-huh.
it forces white to play pawn takes queen and checkmate. So that's not good. So,
Well, I didn't-
so no, that's not right.
I guess I'll do this one. I didn't know you'd already done it.
I haven't done it.
Black to move.
Right. I haven't done anything.
Oh.
Some guy suggested queen here check and queen here check, hanging his queen.
Oh, okay.
Then he's going to say, I thought the pawns were going the other way.
I thought for a minute you had turned it to a puzzle. I'm like, well,
No, this is a
haven't
puzzle.
looking.
Yeah. I solved the puzzle, but yeah.
I'm actually starting to get a little warm.
Magnus has never cheated. No.
Do what?
Everybody says everybody cheated. Nobody cheated.
I don't see anybody saying Magnus cheated.
He said if it comes out tomorrow, Magnus was a cheater all along. Would you be surprised? Magnus never cheated.
No, yeah, Magnus didn't
Nobody
cheat.
cheats in slow chess at the top level. Yeah, maybe Topalov did.
What? I don't think he did.
I said maybe.
I don't think he did.
That's why I said maybe.
What's the highest rated person to I guess get caught and it's proven, like the highest rated
In a slow game, like
in a slow game, yeah, over the board, and then it was proven, not allegations.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it for hours.
Because it hasn't happened a whole lot. I remember that one GM that cried. I forgot his
Only
name.
one of them did?
Sebastian, maybe? No. He made a video and he says, okay,
The-
well, maybe I did cheat a little.
That,
just that once.
That was,
I think I had the wrong name.
yeah, you're thinking of Sebastian Feller, but he cheated. So actually, that's the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Igor Rouse's rating was only high because he cheated. Also, Sebastian Feller's rating was high because he cheated. So
Who was the one
yeah,
that did
I
the
guess it is Rouse.
crying video?
That was Tall Baron.
Yeah, tall. That was
Yeah.
it. That's what I was thinking. Well, let's get it going.
This is the puzzle. It's been here forever.
I thought you said it wasn't, so then I
No,
stopped
so
looking.
this is the puzzle.
All right. Well, then I went back to reading the chat.
That's okay. Got to do both.
Did they already solve it? I wouldn't. Thank goodness I
No,
didn't
the
read
chat-
their.
somebody in the chat had the right first beginning.
Thank goodness I
Probably
didn't
that's
see
good enough.
all of your correct answers.
There's not a lot of correct answers.
Well, they didn't. They're talking.
They don't even know it's a puzzle. They're like, what?
You said it was, and you said it wasn't.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Well, I misunderstood.
Where's the red flag so I can drop it?
All right. Well, let me look. So you solved it real quickly.
Uh-huh.
All right. There. Then it goes there. Then.
Sam Martin isn't here, so nobody got it right. That is correct. Man, just box in a cage, proving he's from the UK.
What do you mean?
He said in it.
Oh. Right there, then he has to go there.
Go Jeff Baldwin. Go St. Louis Chess Club video.
He has to go there.
You just hang out with a lot of Brits. Ah, well said.
Let's see there.
Look at the big brain on Farty Party.
No, none of that worked.
Hey, London's streaming. Just chatting. What's he chatting about? How boring he is? Oh, snap.
I mean, you know. Darn, that didn't work.
That's right, Farty Party. That is classic final calculation. You got to do what you're good at.
Let me go there. I'm good. Nothing I've tried works. I can go here.
No.
And he's got to go back up.
Rampage is playing tonight in the Hustler game, the big game.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
And he
it.
raised money on one of those staking sites.
Mm-hmm.
And he raised $200,000 they're staking him.
Wow.
God damn. Yeah. I agree. I would also stake him in that game because he plays like a normal person. They all play like they're insane. So
I mean,
he's a favorite in that game.
He's a good player.
Right. He plays normal poker, ABC
Yeah.
poker, and they all play like they're on drugs. 'Cause they're all on drugs.
Well, I don't think they're on drugs.
Good
I
reason.
think a lot of them just are mediocre players and they're rich, so they can play wild and crazy because the money means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But
That doesn't sound like Hikaru.
I've
I've heard Hikaru says that I used to be strong. That's weird.
I can't do this one.
I guess sometimes he's right. I ain't strong now, but yeah, I was strong, 20 years ago.
So go ahead.
All right, so check. There's one legal move, King G4.
Mm-hmm.
And check. There's one legal move, King H3. This is my specialty, one legal move. And then mate. Yeah, Farty Party said that's my specialty. Check, one legal move, check, one legal move, mate.
I looked.
I was like, yeah,
I didn't
that
look
is
at
my
that last
specialty.
move. I did look at King going to H3. I just couldn't quite visualize that G4.
I probably can't even beat a car with arm
Mate,
wrestling. I'm so
darn, I'm so bad.
old. I do weights at the gym every day.
Did you get it, Bonarici?
But I'm so old.
I bet he did.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. You're going to Michigan next week?
Uh-huh. Dokily, dokily. I played Queen D1. Boo, boo.
Where are you getting the Oakley Dokley thing from?
Let's see. Sounds like Flanders. Yeah, Flanders says that a lot on Simpsons. Yeah, Pat says Flanders. Excuse me, are you Ed Flanders? No, Ned Flanders. That's why I always wear an ID now. Hidely ho, neighborino. Stupid, sexy Flanders. Well done, Seal Smith.
It's like a cult.
Yeah, Lenny doesn't have a lot of good lines. I like when Homer calls Lenny to get him to go to the Super Bowl, and he just grunts. He's like, "Hey, Lenny, you want to go to the Super Bowl? Come on, why don't you go? Come on, Lenny, let's go." And he goes, "Yes," and he hangs up. That's a great Lenny scene. Go, Lenny. Mr. Burns, you're the richest man I know. Much richer than Lenny.
So looking at, I'm not real sure about this one either. I was looking at knight E4.
Uh-huh.
And then, okay, it was in that exactly?
I just logged onto my internet. Yeah, that's the episode where they're back in time and they're doing Stephen King, I think. Stand By Me, I think, is when he says I logged onto my internet. I think that's the Stand By Me episode. I mean, there's 3 episodes. In the one episode, there's 3 stories. Stephen King, we'll see you in court. Futurama is made by the same guy who made Simpsons, so he literally doesn't care which one you like more. Yeah, that is Family Guy, you're right.
Darn, that wasn't the move I looked at.
Getting confused now. What I thought Lenny said
See,
logged onto his internet. Is that like a dead body? I don't know. I confuse Family Guy and Simpsons because I've seen both so much. It's like one episode, especially the crossover episode.
see. Night takes. The night takes. I don't see what to do, but I guess knights take c3.
Knight takes c3 gives you a winning position, and probably queen here gives you more of a winning position.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
That's,
but I don't know which answer they want because I think they both win.
yeah,
But
I, mean,
I think this wins more.
Okay.
But I like knight takes, queen here check, any move, queen takes d4. That's a winning position. We'll pawn up 2 bishops, dark squares. But I think queen here wins more material. Then pawn here, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes rook, dc5, queen takes knight. So since this wins more material, I think they want that move.
Oh,
But
yeah.
your move, I think, wins.
I see. That's a classic tactic.
Yeah.
When they hadn't cast.
22-30.
I thought there was going to be
So my question is,
More.
like, what's the number they give?
in the middle.
So this is plus 5 for black. And what plus is this? This is plus 2 for black. Yeah, and this is winning. Yeah, it's just not as winning. So it's not a good problem because this is winning too.
Well, the other's a classic tactic. I just thought there was more there I couldn't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, Bonarici agrees with me. The Wonder Years, not Stand By Me.
I don't think it was a bad puzzle.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chad. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Let me check in on my. I mean, this would be like way too early for Karen.
I already solved it.
She's just getting started.
I had a band when I was in college. It was all chess players. It was called the Blunder Years.
Let's see, check. You have to go up. Check. I think I got it. F5.
Uh-huh.
And then bishop e7.
Uh-huh.
This was the part, yeah. Knight takes f4.
That's mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I did one. That was easy.
2160.
Yeah, that was easier.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
If we get 49,000 more viewers, we'll have more than XQC. It'll be close. And London lost half his viewers.
I guess it's just
He had 2 and now he has 1.
knight takes c3 and then the bishop's hanging, I guess. Yeah.
And then it played here so it could do this to us. Oh no, whatever can we do? Yeah, Stonkfish and iPills know what's going on.
Okay.
Alchemic Cafe said, "Is Ben just as funny off stream, Karen?"
Bishop e6.
Very good.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Just like
I'm just as funny looking. 2150.
that was easy.
You're solving them all.
Well, those were easy.
They are.
Yeah. It's good to have some easy ones.
Mm-hmm. Okily dokily. Yeah, I go to karaoke a lot. Maybe like 20% of the time.
What?
What?
You don't go to karaoke 20% of the time.
When you go, I don't go 20% with you?
No.
How often do I go?
Uh,
I used to go with you a lot.
you did. You used to go a lot.
Yes, I'm taking that all into account.
Okay. I would say like the last year you go one every 20 times.
5% of the time? Wow.
Yeah. But it used to be way more. I mean, the smoke is pretty
Yeah.
annoying. They're going to be changing it though. All right, now let me see.
Uh-huh.
I can't do this and talk.
Don't forget to buy merch and use premium when you do chess.com stuff, XClam premium, etc. Don't forget all that stuff.
Now let me try this other idea.
The more merch you buy, the more money we have.
There, that didn't work either. I don't know this one. Darn.
Thanks, Big Daddy. 1 bit. Hooray. It's time for the third train.
You can go ahead.
Okay, well, first move's easy. Just take a bishop.
I didn't even see it.
All right. Then he's going to play knight to d4, forking the queen and bishop.
All right.
Then you got to find this move.
All right. Darn. Tricky sideways queen move.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate chess. It's chess's fault.
If Kevin Durant goes to the Lakers, who will play the least amount of games? Him, Anthony Davis, or LeBron? Who will be injured or tired more? The answer is fries. I think it's always Anthony Davis plays the least, but I don't know. I guess it depends. Yeah, I mean he's the solid answer.
Let's see if I go there. And then they go there. Let's see, there.
Trae Young might get traded except for one thing.
I mean, I don't know. If I go there, take. I don't know.
All right, so your queen's attacked and your bishop's attacked. So you can move one piece and defend the other piece.
Yeah.
So you can play queen a4. That defends the bishop. Then I think the puzzle ends because you drop a piece. The problem with queen d3 is knight takes c2 wins a piece.
Yeah, I just didn't understand the problem.
2861.
I just didn't understand the problem.
You take a piece, then you hold on to it.
Well, I never saw that we were going to get to take that piece. So that was the first problem. And then I wasn't really thinking about the rest of the puzzle correctly, that we were up a piece. And that we
That
just
was
had
2861.
and then we just had to defend to stay up the piece. I was thinking about sacking the exchange.
Always sack the
and
exchange.
doing this and doing that. Nothing was working. I just didn't understand the puzzle.
Bill Russell's my favorite player of all time. Favorite player playing now?
Yeah, that's what
Probably-
you were looking
probably
at,
Jokic.
Tony. I just didn't understand that we were up the piece because I'd already gotten off on the wrong foot by not seeing the sideways queen.
No, I actually explained why queen d3 didn't work.
Took you 3 minutes.
I explained it.
Bony reason.
If queen d3, then knight takes c2. White wins a piece. He wins his piece back. Then if queen takes queen, knight takes queen. I'll show you because it's probably too hard.
It is too hard.
Yeah,
I understood what you
if
meant
queen
better.
takes queen, knight takes. And if rook takes knight, then queen takes queen. Rook takes queen, rook takes rook. So queen d3 don't wake. Lucky for you, this don't wake. The reason it's 2861 is a lot of people will do this move.
Right, but I
And then
couldn't get it to work.
Black is close to winning after that, so it's also probably winning. Yeah. Yeah, world b3 is good. Queen d3 doesn't lose, but it doesn't win.
Well, I did my best.
Ready?
That's all I can do.
All right. Two bishops, what else?
White to move. Okay, so I did notice I was in check,
Good, good.
which is not always the case. And I can't take it. So I got 2 squares I can go to. Oh, 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's see. That one. And it gets pinned. Well, I don't like the dark square. Let me see. Because then you just get checked again. And I guess if you go to king g2, then you can take the bishop if it goes to f3. So I'm going to say king g2, but...
Yeah, king h1 loses to this.
Right.
And king g1 loses to bishop here check.
Right.
Then the queen's either coming into the bishop. So it has to be
Okay,
here.
my reasoning was correct on that move.
That's right.
All right, now let me see.
I didn't know what he would do, but okay, that's one of the moves.
Let me look. There's a block. And it goes there. Back Go there. There. Let's see. Threatening mate. He's there. I've got that. So,
Lawful waffle with the Seinfeld reference.
oh, but he's got that black.
Whose turn is it, high power? It's White's turn. Good question.
Let's see if I go there and try again. I don't know what the response is going to be. I think it's E6.
I agree.
And then probably rook take. Oh, okay. King takes.
3101. You're the best.
I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Move by move.
Good job. That's right, Stonkfish. Did you want to end soon or keep going?
We could do a couple more.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to karaoke or what's happening.
You know,
Check your
probably
phone.
not.
Aw.
I don't. You know, it's hard to go 2 nights in a row.
Mm-hmm. What about 2 bishops in a row? What else? Okay.
Okay, so let's see. And it gets away. Let's see there.
Don't forget to hire me for Cameo, especially today. You save 23% because it's 2023.
Darn. Let's see. So I'm not real sure. I was looking at B5.
That's correct.
Trap him in like a rat in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to,
Why is it playing this when you have one legal move?
You just take.
Why didn't it play Queen H8 so you could play King here?
I thought it was.
Like, why is it making you make one legal move?
Didn't take. Yeah. Yay! I did it.
24-31.
Did another one. You got it too, Bonarici? Yeah, that one wasn't too hard.
I like Bonarici because every move is illegal after B5. He just typoed a lot.
It's hard to type it in.
Yeah, he had several typos. I like that.
On fire, that's right, Vin Breezy.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. If you play Queen C1 and Queen C3, then White plays King B5, and White's winning because his king escapes. Queen's his D pawn. I'm trying to learn one in 19 moves. This slow game tonight.
Maybe that works. It's hard for me to calculate. All right.
Eh?
It's just hard for me to calculate. So I
Aw.
wasn't sure if it worked ultimately. Well, I thought the first move might be Queen A2.
Uh-huh.
Then he goes King B4.
Yeah.
And then here I thought it was A5.
After A5, King here.
That's where I was getting lost in my
Right.
calculation.
Yeah, that's not it.
Go ahead then.
It's C5. Then if he takes with the bishop, A5 is mate, because his bishop blocks his king.
Oh, he's blocked.
Just take with the king.
Okay.
Then B6, and then A5.
Darn. I had the right idea, I just couldn't quite visualize it.
29-20. A lot of the chat got it.
Couldn't get there.
Even though there were typos in every answer.
Well, I think it was obvious that you had to do something like that. I just couldn't calculate it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get it in time, Bonarici? Darn, I should have looked at it longer. I thought I was being too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do one more.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that he got away, but I just couldn't calculate it. What to
So
do.
we're black, and we're going this way, and white's going this way, and it's black's move. I just played a game with no inaccuracies, mistakes, or blunders. I got 74% accuracy. Nice. You made too many good moves and not enough best moves.
I mean, I don't know what the responses are here.
Aw.
I mean, it seems like king e5.
Uh-huh.
And then...
He'll play d7.
Yeah, push the pawn. Okay, so then I thought it would be just bishop h4.
Right, then he'll play c6.
Okay, well, now let me think. Because that's the problem. I was like, well, I don't know what they're going to do. Okay,
Yeah, the cap scores is just to placate you guys. It doesn't have anything to do with reality. It's just fun to play in the 90s. Are there any legal moves in your analysis? LIO, SJ, SJS? It's all just nonsense. What? There's no legal moves anywhere.
let's see. I think it's king d6.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play BC, then king c5 draws
Gets
because you take
down.
this. And
Yeah,
you're-
you can't let the king in.
Yeah, he was thinking this would win, but he's too slow. The guy who was saying all illegal moves. Your king here, bishop here takes, bishop takes, king b7. So you have to go here to win.
Right. And then king c7.
Uh-huh.
King takes. Bishop takes.
2650.
Yay, did it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Did you guys get it? Yeah, I thought it was easy.
How is that 2600? It's not, it's 2650.
Thank you.
iPills spelling colored with a U. Very interesting.
Well, should we continue or end?
No, you said one more, and they made a marker when you said one more.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Weird. They made a marker.
Let's see who's streaming.
Chess Bras or Canty or Photo Chess.
Yeah, I think photo chess.
Who's that?
Yeah. I didn't even see that Joe. I don't see Joe Bava streaming.
Joe Bava? I said Chess Bra, Canty, or Photo
Right
Chess.
here.
Oh,
I'm talking to you.
do you follow Joe Bava?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.
Okay. We'll see you guys
See
tomorrow.
you.
I'll be on Chess TV tomorrow, and I'll be playing people